Welcome to Informed Tourist. This is Curtis, your traveling guru. Some places were never meant for tourism. Have you ever arrived at a paradise only to find crowds, high prices, and disappointment? That's the tourist trap illusion. These are destinations loved to death, where tourism is now destroying what made them special. Today we're pulling back the curtain on these hotspots. We're not just talking about long lines or expensive souvenirs, we're talking about places fundamentally broken by their own popularity. We'll explore what went wrong, why the brochures lie, and how dream vacations can turn stressful and inauthentic. This isn't about hating popular places, it's about being a tourist. Stick around for a simple travel rule to help you spot these saturated destinations before you book. Let's dive in. Venice. Once a floating masterpiece, now a city overwhelmed by its own fame. With just 50,000 residents and up to 30 million visitors a year, Venice is suffocating. Narrow streets are clogged with tourists, making daily life nearly impossible for locals. Cruise ships disgorge thousands for a few hours, eroding the city's foundations and harming the lagoon. Traditional shops vanish, replaced by endless souvenir stands. The city is becoming a theme park, its authentic culture endangered. Venice needs tourism to survive, but the volume is unsustainable. Government measures like entry fees are band-aids on a broken system. Behind every serene photo is a city struggling to breathe. Tourism isn't just failing Venice, it's suffocating it. Venice is a cautionary tale of loving a place to death. Cancun, Mexico. A name that conjures images of turquoise waters, endless white sand beaches, and sun-drenched relaxation. But behind the postcard-perfect scenes, there's a story few visitors ever hear. Built from scratch in the 1970s, Cancun was engineered as a tourist paradise. A city designed not for locals, but for outsiders seeking escape. The Mexican government and international investors transformed a quiet stretch of jungle and mangroves into a glittering resort city, with every detail meticulously planned to attract foreign dollars. The hotel zone is a bubble of all-inclusive resorts, American chains, and curated experiences. Here, everything is tailored for comfort and convenience, from the imported palm trees to the familiar fast food. It's a world apart, separated from the realities of daily Mexican life. Real Mexico is kept at arm's length. Most tourists never see the actual city. The vibrant neighborhoods, local markets, and everyday struggles of residents remain hidden behind the resort walls. Brochures ignore issues like crime, environmental destruction, and the loss of mangroves and reefs. The rapid development has come at a steep cost. Fragile ecosystems have been bulldozed, and the once pristine coastline now faces pollution and overcrowding. The all-inclusive model traps you, discouraging local exploration and funneling money to foreign corporations. Guests rarely venture beyond the resort gates, missing out on authentic food, culture, and connection with the people who call Cancun home. Cancun's problem is artificiality. It delivers a perfect vacation, but at the cost of authenticity and cultural connection. The entertainment is choreographed, the experience is sanitized, and the sense of place diluted until it could be anywhere in the world. The real city, where workers live, is invisible to most visitors. Thousands of locals commute daily to serve tourists, yet their lives and stories are rarely acknowledged or understood. The paradise narrative hides the environmental and social costs. Behind the glossy marketing, there are protests, pollution, and a growing divide between those who profit and those who pay the price. Cancun teaches that Mexico is just beaches and bars, a shallow caricature. The city's identity is reduced to a party destination, erasing the depth and diversity of Mexican culture. You might leave with a tan, but not with a true sense of Mexico. The memories are pleasant, but the experience is surface level, disconnected from the country's real heart. Cancun is a profitable experiment, but a failed destination for genuine travelers. The money flows in, but the cultural exchange is one-sided, leaving the city's soul untouched. The illusion comes at a high price. For those seeking more than sun and sand, Cancun is a reminder that paradise, when manufactured, can feel strangely empty. Santorini, Greece. The island's whitewashed villages and blue domes are Instagram icons, but the beauty is overexposed, literally. Cruise ships flood the island with thousands daily, overwhelming its tiny population. Narrow streets become human traffic jams. The magic fades in the chaos. The experience is now about getting the perfect photo, not enjoying the place. Local culture is overshadowed by luxury bars and inflated prices. Infrastructure strains under the seasonal crush. The famous sunset in Oya is a daily frenzy of jostling crowds and raised phones. Santorini's soul survives in quieter villages and off-season calm. But the marketed version is hollow. When a destination is more famous for its picture than its spirit, the magic is gone. Santorini is a lesson in the dangers of overexposure. The real island is hidden behind the lens. Las Vegas. Unlike other destinations, Vegas isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed. The city is a machine built to separate you from your money, using every psychological trick in the book. Casinos are labyrinths with no clocks or windows, blurring day and night. Everything is engineered to keep you spending. Garish carpets, constant noise, cheap drinks. Prices inside the strip are sky high, but convenience keeps you captive. Shows, celebrity restaurants, and pools are dazzling bait to keep you in the casino's orbit. The house always wins, no matter the perks. Vegas isn't about culture or history, it's a monument to consumerism. It's an adult theme park, fun if you know what you're getting, but not a genuine travel experience. Vegas does exactly what it was built to do. Don't mistake the spectacle for substance. Bali, the island of the gods. Once a spiritual haven, Bali now struggles under the weight of its own popularity. Traffic jams and noise have replaced the island's tranquility. Trash is everywhere. Bali's waste systems can't keep up with tourist demand. Sacred rituals are commodified, and yoga retreats feel more like luxury brands. The eat, pray, love effect turned Ubud into a caricature. Locals face rising rents and disrespectful visitors chasing the perfect photo. The island's beauty is still there, but harder to find amid the chaos. Bali is a warning about ignoring a destination's carrying capacity. Go with awareness, support local businesses, respect the culture, and look beyond the Instagram version. The soul of Bali is resilient, but it's being tested. Paradise comes at a cost. Dubai, a city of futuristic skyscrapers and luxury rising from the desert, where the impossible seems to materialize overnight. Here, glass towers pierce the sky, and the world's tallest building stands as a beacon of ambition, surrounded by endless sand. The city's silhouette glimmers in the early morning light, promising adventure and opulence. For much of the year, the heat is extreme. Life happens indoors, shuttling between malls and hotels. The relentless sun drives people into vast, air-conditioned spaces, where the outside world feels distant. In these cool interiors, daily life unfolds, shopping, dining, and socializing, all under one roof, shielded from the desert's intensity. The city's main attractions are shopping malls, theme parks, and record-breaking spectacles. You can ski on real snow, surf artificial waves, or shop for luxury brands from every corner of the globe. Dubai is a playground for those seeking novelty and entertainment, where every experience is designed to impress and astonish. Beneath the glitter, cultural depth is limited. Heritage sites feel like curated exhibits. The city's history is carefully packaged for visitors, offering glimpses of the past without the layers of tradition found elsewhere. It's a place where authenticity is often overshadowed by spectacle, and the old is presented as a backdrop to the new. Dubai's soul is its ambition and newness, but it can feel transient and superficial. The city is in a constant state of reinvention, with construction cranes always on the horizon. Everything gleams, but little feels permanent. Change is the only constant, and roots rarely have time to grow deep. Expatriates vastly outnumber locals, making it feel more like a global crossroads than a rooted city. Cultures from around the world blend here, creating a vibrant, ever-changing mosaic. Yet, this diversity can also make the city feel anonymous, as if everyone is just passing through, searching for opportunity or adventure. As a short stopover, Dubai dazzles. As a main destination, it can feel empty. The city's energy is undeniable, especially at night when the skyline sparkles. But beneath the surface, there's a sense of impermanence, a place built to impress, not necessarily to belong. The city delivers on luxury and spectacle, but the promise can feel hollow. Every corner offers a photo opportunity. Every experience is curated for maximum impact. Yet, for all its glamour, there's a lingering sense that something deeper is missing. A connection, a story, a sense of place. Dubai is a mirage, real but fleeting. The city rises from the desert like an illusion, dazzling and ephemeral. Its beauty is undeniable, but it's a beauty that slips through your fingers, leaving only memories of shimmering heat and distant towers. It's a place to witness, not necessarily to connect with. For many, Dubai is a stage set for unforgettable moments, but not a place to put down roots. The city invites you to marvel, to indulge, and then to move on. Build your vacation around it only if you value spectacle over substance. The shimmer fades quickly, leaving behind the memory of a city that dazzles, but rarely lingers in the heart. Paris, the most romanticized city on Earth. For generations, it's been painted as a city of endless romance, beauty, and effortless charm. Movies, books, and social media have built up a dreamlike image. Lovers strolling along the Seine, artists painting in sun-dappled squares and every corner echoing with the promise of magic. But when we finally arrive, reality can feel jarring. Instead of cinematic perfection, we're met with crowded metros packed shoulder to shoulder, streets that sometimes bear the marks of a busy city, litter, graffiti, and the fatigue of daily life. The locals, far from being characters in a fairy tale, are simply people going about their routines, often looking weary from the constant flow of visitors. This disconnect between fantasy and reality is so common, it even has a name: Paris syndrome. It's the shock and disappointment some travelers feel when the city can't possibly live up to the fantasy they've built in their minds. What's often perceived as rudeness is usually just locals coping with the endless crowds and the pressures of living in a city that's always on display. Like any major city, Paris has its share of challenges. Pickpocketing and tourist scams are common, especially in busy areas. Staying alert and aware is essential for a safe visit. The city's most famous landmarks are often swamped with visitors. Seeing the Mona Lisa at the Louvre, for example, is less a quiet, contemplative moment, and more a chaotic scrum of cameras and jostling crowds. The magic of Paris can feel buried under layers of logistical frustration, long lines, crowded attractions, and the constant hum of tourism. But if you step away from the tourist hotspots and let go of the myth, you'll discover a different side of Paris. The city shines in its quieter moments, on a side street where locals sip coffee, or in a small park where children play. Wander off the beaten path, find a neighborhood bakery, chat with a shopkeeper, or simply watch the world go by from a cafe terrace. Accepting Paris as it truly is, imperfect, vibrant, and alive, reveals its real charm. The real problem isn't Paris itself, it's the impossible expectations we bring with us. When we let go of the fantasy, we open ourselves to the city's authentic beauty. Paris can't live up to the myth, and it shouldn't have to. Its true magic lies in the everyday, not the fantasy. The real Paris is found in its everyday moments, in the scent of fresh bread, the laughter of children, and the quiet beauty of ordinary life. New Orleans, a city with a soul deeper than most. Its unique culture is threatened by party tourism centered on Bourbon Street. The city is reduced to a caricature: beads, booze, and endless parties. This overwhelms historic neighborhoods, strains infrastructure, and erodes what makes New Orleans special. Safety is a real concern. Venturing beyond tourist zones can be risky. The true culture is found in jazz clubs, second-line parades, and family-run Creole restaurants. New Orleans deserves visitors who respect its history and support its artists. The city's soul isn't for sale. It needs reverence, not just consumption. Be the kind of tourist New Orleans deserves. The city gives so much. Give something back. Respect the rhythm of New Orleans. Phuket, Thailand. Once a tropical paradise, now a cautionary tale. Famous beaches are crowded, noisy, and polluted. The island feels more like a marketplace than an escape. Scams and overcharging are rampant, from taxis to jet skis. Environmental strain is immense. Unregulated development destroys habitats and reefs. Maya Bay, made famous by the beach, had to close to recover from over-tourism. Phuket teeters on the edge of collapse, yet still draws the masses. Thailand has many other beautiful, authentic places, but Phuket's fame keeps it crowded. The most famous destination isn't always the best. Phuket is a paradise lost to its own success. Look beyond the name for real magic. Don't let fame fool you. Mount Everest, sacred to locals, a trophy for tourists. Trekking to base camp is now a bucket list item, not a serious adventure. Overcrowding turns the trail into a conga line, creating safety risks and environmental damage. The pressure to get the perfect photo overrides common sense. The trail is littered with trash and human waste, polluting sacred land. Many trekkers ignore Sherpa culture and the mountain's spiritual significance. Porters are often invisible, despite being the true heroes. The experience becomes transactional, stripped of meaning. Everest Base Camp is the ultimate bucket list cautionary tale. Not every place needs to be conquered or commercialized. Is the photo worth the cost to the environment and culture? Sometimes the answer should be no. We've seen how beautiful places can buckle under their own popularity. The disappointment isn't an accident, it's a symptom of a broken tourism model. Here's the travel rule. If a destination can't support daily life for locals, relies on cruise ships, or markets itself more than it manages itself, it's past its peak. Use this as a filter before you book. Look for destinations with a healthy balance between visitors and locals. Being an informed tourist means seeking connection, not just consumption. Leave places as good as, or better than you found them. Have you visited a place that disappointed you? Share in the comments. Thanks for watching Informed Tourist. Like and subscribe for more. See you in the next video.